Hello and welcome back to Dreamy Thatch Grove. I thought that it would be nice to do a part 2 of the little tutorials for Minute Cryptic, which is my favorite little brain game. I personally think that little logic puzzles and brain teasers are highly underrated to incorporate into ASMR because to me it just sort of tires the brain out just right. And I love the little hit of satisfaction when it clicks into place, which is why I prefer Minute Cryptic over something like Wordle or other little lateral thinking puzzles, because usually it involves recontextualizing something, and that always makes you go oh, of course, and that feeling is very satisfying, as well as the slight exhaustion of thinking so hard. And so I thought, let's go back in and do more of the tutorials that they have. They have these little courses that go over some of the different, what's the term? I was going to say strategies, that's not quite the word. The different sort of methodologies that they have of crafting the clues. So we already went over in the previous video, which I will link, unless of course I can't find you or if I forget. But we went over the basics, we went over some anagrams, we went over selectors. So anagrams is when we have to, of course, swap around letters to find out the clues. And selectors is when they're pointing to specific letters within a word in the clue. So we went over those in the first video. And now let's go over hiddens and reversals. Then, of course, this is all letter play. After that, there's still word play. And their newest one, weird play. Let's learn about hiddens. Hidden clues are like stealthy selectors. The answer is hiding in plain sight. Every letter is there in order, tucked inside the clue. Your job is just to spot it. They can be surprisingly hard to see at first, but once you do, it feels obvious, like the answer was waving at you the whole time. The hiddens are one of my favorites. Spotting the indicator. Look for words that suggest hiding or revealing, such as conceals, hides, displays, or reveals. Containing, such as within, held by, capturing or absorbed, or a segment or part, such as sample, selection, bit of, or taken from. One more tip: slightly awkward phrasing in the clue can be a subtle sign that a hidden word might be lurking. The fodder has to contain the answer, usually across multiple words, and this requires a rigid and sometimes slightly awkward ordering of words. Let's start with this example. The clue is campers on alert, bears close to home, and it is 8 letters. I the hidden indicator must be bears. Not in terms of the animal of a bear, but rather a bear like having a crossed bear, like you know what I mean, in terms of carries in it or with it. So I think the first word here, campers on alert, or at least on alert. No, probably all of it. Campers on alert will bear or contain in it close to home. Something meaning close to home. My stomach just growled. I apologize, I have not eaten yet and it's very late. Okay, I see it. I think hiddens are the ones that I'm best at. I love noticing them. So, campers on alert. The letters here, the words rather here, bear something meaning close to home. It took me a moment to see it because I was thinking, what did they mean close to home? Like a neighborhood or something like that. But remember, sometimes the definitions have to be a little bit left of center. But with the hiddens, I love them because they're usually all in a row, just spread across words, and you have to kind of take parts of words a little bit. So because there's 3, it helped me spot it right away because I'm like, okay, for it to be spread across all of them, we know that on has to be in there in its entirety, right? And then it'll be the end, some amount of the end of this, and some amount of the beginning of this. And that made it pretty easy to spot the word. If we take away, rather, the first 3 there and the last 3 here, we are left with the word personal. Personal. Which, of course, in a sort of roundabout way, can mean close to home. Here, let's read their explanation for it. My issue with doing Minute Cryptics is I worry that I'm not very good at explaining my thought process. I don't know. Maybe I am. I'm not sure. Let's see how they put it. Our hidden word indicator is bears. It tells us that a string of words bears or carries our answer. That string of words is campers on alert, and if you look inside, you can see the word personal. And if it's something close to home, it's personal. Personally, bear with me, I find hidden words one of the quickest wins in cryptics. I like the humor there, right? Let's look at the next one here. Features of iPad amazed early Apple consumer. And it's 4 letters. Okay, I think the hidden word indicator here is actually at the beginning. I think it's features of. So that means features of. The following fodder has to be, I guess, iPad amazed, because I don't think it could be iPad amazed early. Like I said with the previous one with personal, it was split across 3, so I knew the center word had to be there in its entirety. Even if it weren't only 4 letters, I don't know of a word that contains amazed in the center of it. So, features of iPad amazed. And then that leaves early Apple consumer on the whole to be the definition. Okay, I see it. I'll open this back up again in case it helps you see it. iPad amazed. And if we just squish them all together like this, maybe you can see in here a set of 4 letters in a row. That could be an example of an early Apple consumer. Perhaps Adam from the biblical story of eating an apple from the tree of knowledge, of course. Adam, let's see. Yes, we got it. It says here, our hidden word indicator is features of. The letters of our answer are features of a larger collection of letters, or a subset of them. If we look within the word iPad amazed, we can see the name Adam, a reference to the Adam of the book of Genesis, a very early fruit eater, a fruit that is popularly depicted as an apple. Let's move on to the third one. How illusionist disguises a dead giveaway. And it's for the, oh my gosh, I saw it already. Okay, good. I love these ones because they sometimes just click really fast. I see it. I believe the hidden word indicator here, how illusionist disguises a dead giveaway. I believe that the indicator here is disguises. I think they actually gave that as an example for indicators. Okay, they didn't, but it's very similar. Disguises. That means whatever comes before it will be disguising a dead giveaway. And notice it does have the question mark, which is usually how the writers of Minute Cryptic indicate that the definition given is a little bit of a roundabout meaning of the actual answer word. So we know that it is going to be split across the letters of how illusionist. I just had to stop filming for a while. It's a little bit rowdy outside because we're approaching the 4th of July, and I live in a very small rural area, which means people lose it for fireworks. So I believe what I was saying was that, yes, how illusionist is disguising, meaning it is the fodder, the answer is contained in the letters here, split across the words how and illusionist. I believe we take just the W from how, and in the very beginning of illusionist, which gives us the word will. Will meaning like last will and testament. A dead giveaway, your will, of course, details what the deceased is giving to whom of their belongings. There we go. Our hidden indicator is disguises. Some neighboring fodder is disguising our answer, hiding it within itself. If we look within how illusionist, we can see the word will, which is a dead giveaway, a giveaway from a dead person. As we've seen earlier, the clue's question mark can suggest a punny definition. Let's hit continue. We finished hiddens, and actually today's clue was a hidden. The clue was in public, kissing, ew. And since I've already told told you this is a hidden indicator. Hopefully you can spot the part of it that's supposed to be indicating that. It is the word in. In. The fodder of public and kissing will be the answer, and its definition is going to be ew. It's another word meaning ew. It's only 3 letters. It's split across the words public and kissing. Hopefully you can see that it is I-C-K. Ick. Let's move on to reversals. Reversals are what they sound like. Oh, that's a loud truck going by. That's okay. We're right by a road over here, so there's always going to be some vehicles driving by every now and then. So learn about reversals. Reversals are what they sound like. We take some letters and read them backwards. They're rarely used on their own and are often paired with selectors, hiddens, or other wordplay types. That makes them a key part of cracking more complex clues. Next. Spotting the indicator. Reversal indicators usually fall into 3 types. Literal, such as back, returned, around, reversed, or retro. Or more figurative, like mirror, rolling. How does rolling indicate that? Twist, circulating, or boomerangs. If I saw twist, I would probably assume it was an anagram indicator, to be honest. Okay, 3 types, and then the third one's here. Or in down clues. Words that suggest upwards motion, such as rising up or lifted. Minute Cryptic daily clues are always across clues, but you'll see down clues in our crosswords. Oh, okay. I don't do the crosswords. Note, you'll never see a reversal combined with an anagram. Once letters are scrambled, reversing them is pointless. That makes sense. Alright. Oh, this is an interesting one. It's written like a dictionary definition. Lie, parentheses V, which would mean a verb. Lie, V, to twist, to conceal. And it is 4 letters. Like I said, when I see a twist, I think anagram, but luckily we know that we're specifically looking for a reversal, and they already told us twist can be a reversal indicator. Okay, I see it. The definition is going to be to conceal. And the thing being twisted here is at the very beginning. Lie paired with the V there. I'm going to just put that directly backwards. V-E-I-L. Veil, meaning to conceal. Yes, we got it. Our reversal indicator is to twist. If we twist the neighboring letters lie, parentheses V, around, reversing them, we get the word veil, another word for conceal. Play next. Alright, I adjusted my mic a little bit. Hopefully that's better. The next clue is anonymous tip. Awesome puzzle book finally sent around to stores. And it is 5 letters. that we're looking for a reversal indicator because I don't think I would have spotted it otherwise. But I think it's sent around. So some fodder is being sent around. But it's such a long clue for only 5 letters that it's hard to know what we're being told. This is your tip. Reversals, what does it say, are almost always used in combination with other wordplay types. So we're going to be looking for an additional indicator, not just a reversal. Oh, okay, you know what it could be? I'm thinking about a selection indicator like we did in the last video. There was some in there where it was like, oh, the heads of something, or yeah, something with heads. And that was trying to point us to taking the first letter of a whole bunch of words. I think we're doing the opposite now with the word finally. And sure enough, it is 5 letters. An anonymous tip awesome puzzle book is 5 words, so if we take the final letter from each of them, we can get S-P-E-E-K. But of course, if we send that around and put that backwards, we'll get K-E-E-B, and S. I missed one. Keeps. To store. Keeps. Yes, we got it. This clue has 2 indicators. Our first one, our reversal indicator, is sent around. Some letters will be sent around or turned backwards, reversing. The letters we need to reverse are defined by our selection indicator, finally. If we take the final letters of Anonymous Tip, Awesome Puzzle Book, we get S-P-E-E-K. Send it around to get keeps, another word for stores. Also, that's them announcing that they do have a Minute Cryptic book. I don't have it yet, but I do plan to get it because I just love that they're just so good at writing these. I do want to support them, and I highly recommend you check out their website as well. I love doing the little daily puzzle. Let's go on to the next one. This next one is packet returned in Wednesday's post. Okay, I think this is combining with the previous lesson we just did, which is the hiddens. And similarly to today's clue that I showed you, I think that the indicator for the hidden is in, meaning it is contained in. Probably inside Wednesday's post. Maybe not. We'll see. Did a little mayfly just fly by? I'll kill you. I will kill that mayfly. Alright. There's a possibility that it's somewhere in here and then it's supposed to go backwards and it means package. I forgot we can get hints as well. Package returned in Wednesday's post. Okay, I see. With the hidden indicator, I was trying to think of it being split across the two words, and I was like, I am not seeing anything there. It's not actually in post at all. It's just in the word Wednesday. I think maybe I was wrong and package isn't the definition. I think post is the definition. And I think that I was right about it being a hidden indicator, but it's actually maybe package as the hidden indicator. And I got confused. I think package and then something returned, something going backwards in Wednesdays. And it will mean post. Yeah, I will pull this up for you. And I believe what we do here is take DNES and flip it backwards for the word send or to post something. Post as a verb here to clarify. A verb meaning to mail something, you send it. Yes. Our reversal indicator is returned and it's paired with a hidden indicator, package ... in. If we look for a package, a parcel of letters within Wednesday, we can find DNES, and when we turn it around, we get send, another word for post. There we go, we got all of the letter play tutorials done. But there is a nice clue mix one now. Ready to solve clues without knowing what techniques are at play? Several times while going over these, I mentioned that it was a relief to know which type of answer we were looking for. So, let's go into the clue mix. Clues in this mix can contain anagram, selection, hidden, and reversal techniques, sometimes in combination. You've learned how to use these techniques. Now it's time to spot them when you're not told what's coming. Let's get into it. Oceanographer's 9 to 5 is noble. There's a question mark, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprising definition. And it's 5 letters. Okay. I think it's a selection indicator. I think actually the indicator is simultaneously a selection indicator and a reversal indicator. And I believe that it's 9 to 5. Because we know it's 5 letters, and I thought, hang on a second. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That would be 5 letters. So if we take oceanographer here, maybe we go from its 9th to its 5th letter. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, shush, 9. And we put that backwards. We will get argon, which is of course one of the noble gases on the periodic table. I think that should be it. Okay, good. I wasn't 100% sure. Argon. This clue has a selection indicator with an implicit reversal indicator. We'll need to select the 5th through 9th letters of oceanographer, but read them in order from the 9th to the 5th. Doing that gives us argon, which is a noble gas. The question mark indicates some slight stretch or playfulness in the definition. I like this one. This one was fun. Black sheep beginning to moo if it's confused. Black sheep beginning to moo if it's confused. Okay. And it's 6 letters. Right away, I think beginning or beginning to have to be selection indicators where the first letter. It could be a black sheep beginning, meaning the B and the S, or BL and SH or something there. Blash. I don't know. To moo. If it's confused. Confused could be an anagram indicator. Like confused, like all jumbled up. If this is an indicator, then that means it's not the definition, so the definition would be at the beginning. Black sheep being the definition. What does black sheep mean? Like an outcast. I see it, okay. Sometimes the way I solve these is just trying to tell what is the definition and then what are other words for that definition. And that got me to see it. I understand it now, okay. I was right about the indicators, I think. Beginning is not talking about black sheep. It's the beginning to moo. The beginning letter to the word moo, which is of course M. And then if it's confused, meaning if, and it's IFITS, confused meaning anagrammed. This is nearly it. What is a black sheep? A misfit. Yes, we got it. Misfit. The clue has anagram and selection indicators. Confused suggests that the neighboring letters of if it's are confused and look confused, thereby anagramming. If we precede this anagram with the beginning to moo, selecting the first letter of moo, we can make the word misfit a term for a black sheep. We have 2 left. Married life turns cold after we first kiss. Married life turns cold after we first kiss. Okay. My first thought is turns could be a reversal. After could just be a placement. Like put something there after something that comes over here. First could be a selection indicator. Okay, if it's first kiss, meaning the K from the word kiss, and if something before there is going after this, then maybe we just put the K first. We're just going to pencil in a K now. Turns cold. But it's 7 letters. Maybe I'm wrong. Turns cold after. Maybe it's something inside cold after. Although I'm not seeing a selection, or rather a hidden indicator that would suggest that. positions and not cold. After we This one I'm struggling with a little bit. Let's do a hint about, let's say, show indicators. Those are the three I already said. Okay. This clue's indicators are turns, after, and first. One of these is a selection indicator pointing out which letter we should pay attention to in some neighboring fodder. That would be first. Another is a reversal indicator. We'll need to put some fodder in the opposite order. That will be turns. Shush. And the third, after, is a positioning indicator telling us to position one chunk of fodder after another. I think married life has to be the definition, but I'm not really sure what married life. Matrimony, but that's not really. There's nothing else that can be that. Am I supposed to use the letters from we in there? There's 4 in cold, 5, 6, and then the K. Maybe it's D-L-O-C. Okay, yes. I was confused about what was going after where. The K does not go first. It does not go before cold backwards. It's just that the cold backwards goes after just the we. We just put in we just as it is, unchanged. So we, and then cold backwards, which is D-L-O-C, and then we finish it with the first letter of kiss. Okay. Wedlock. I forgot that word existed. I said matrimony. Wedlock. There we go. This clue features our first use of repositioning with after. This kind of manipulation isn't tricky enough to warrant its own indicator. Here we simply need to take turns cold and put it after we. Our answer starts with we and is followed by a reversed cold. If someone turns cold, we get glock. And if we finish off with a first kiss, the first letter of kiss, we get wedlock, a term for married life. Alright, we're going into the very last one of the letter play course. And our final clue is, I love doing gymnastics with this extremely springy bunch. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, gymnastics could be an anagram indicator. Other than that, I am so confused. There's a question mark, which means that the answer is a little bit punny or playful. Bit of a stretch, maybe. I love doing gymnastics with this extremely springy bunch. I really have to think about this one. This is hard. I love doing gymnastics with this extremely springy bunch. The only possible indicator I can see is gymnastics. Gymnastics. I hate to do it. Yeah. We're gonna do a hint. Let's do the indicators. I love. Okay, so it is doing gymnastics. And extremely. Oh, maybe extremely is supposed to be a selection indicator, telling us to take the extremes or like outermost letters. Let's see what it says. Doing gymnastics. Okay. Doing gymnastics and extremely are our indicators. Doing gymnastics is an anagram indicator, telling us that some letters are moving around, rearranging. And extremely, yes, is a selection indicator, telling us to take only the extremities of a neighboring word. Okay, so I guess it's I love being anagrammed. And then maybe SY. If we're taking the extremes of the word springy. And we anagram the letters of I love. Yeah, that's enough letters. Could extremely be in relation to this instead. And the definition could be springy bunch rather than just bunch. The anagrams, yes, I am the worst at, but thank goodness they gave it to me. So, springy bunch is the definition, not just bunch. Extremely is not pointing to springy, it is pointing to this. And so the extremities, or the outermost two letters, the first and last of this. T, S. And if we anagram I love, we can get violet. Let's drag them in. Violets, a spring flower, that if we picked enough of them, we could get a bunch. A bouquet of violets. Let's check. And we got it. Yes, it says here, our final clue of the course features a single, rather playful anagram indicator in doing gymnastics. Here the letters of I love are moving around and anagramming. The anagram is with or next to this extremely, a selection technique. The extreme letters of this are the first and last, T and S. If we anagram I love and put next to TS, we can get violets, a bunch of flowers that typically bloom in spring. Brilliant. Let's finish. We did all of letter play. Hopefully this helped you learn a little bit more about some of the ways to solve cryptic clues. And next time we can go into wordplay. Thank you. Did not mean to click on that. There we go. Thank you very much for doing this with me and learning some of these little tricky mind game clues. Thank you for being here for another little installment of our little Dreamy Puzzle Club, and I hope that we tired your brain out enough to help you fall asleep. Thank you very much for being here.